go to the games this weekend here. We'll start on the NFC side this time, and we got the San Francisco 49ers traveling to Philadelphia, city of brotherly love here. Over-under is set at 46 points in this game. Eagles are a 2.5-point favorite in this game. This is pretty much a pick'em game with home field advantage taken into the equation. Fresh, either one of these teams make the Super Bowl, I think it's going to be much must-watch TV really coming out of the NFC side. I think that people are really going to like and kind of lean in towards the NFC side. If you're a casual fan and you don't have a team you're rooting for, I have a feeling people are going to be more likely to pick the NFC winner instead of the AFC winner. What say you?
I mean, these two teams, we've kind of look when the past 2 weeks we've had it for like, hey, who's your NFC team, who's your AFC team? First week I said the 49ers, then last week I said the Eagles. These two teams are very gritty. They embody their franchise's history, if you will. The 49ers have always been a very gritty team. The Eagles have always been, a gritty team built like Philadelphia, built tough. These coaches have had just grab the attention of their teams and keep them driving forward. Like, this is the plan. This is how we're going to get done. The 49ers know we don't need the 6'4 flashy receiver or the big time quarterback. We have an offensive line. We got guys who can be playmakers, whether it's running the football or catching it out of the backfield. We have George Kittle, who he's just a fun dude who can make plays in the critical situations. And we have a defense that is going to beat the trash out of you, and they're going to play hard. Yeah, when they beat the Cowboys, it wasn't flashy. It wasn't the most, world beating. They put up 40 points, but that defense showed up. They shut down Dak. They forced the turnovers. They put the pressure on the Cowboys and Mike McCarthy to make decisions, and they ended up failing. They did enough. Do I want that? Could the offense have scored more? Yeah, but the Cowboys, they don't have a crap defense. They have a good defense too. So they played very tough. They won the football game in a physical mentality. You look at the Eagles, all season long, it's been this team is blowing people away left and right, blah, blah, blah. And then the worries came in. Well, Hurts is injured. How are they going to feel? They've had the number one seed forever. Where are they going to be at? Sirianni comes out there with this entire team, and they put the foot down on the Giants right off the bat, and they showed that they are a dominant team, and they've just been coasting and getting healthy on purpose. But they are going to be a reckless. They're going to be a team to be feared. They did it any way they wanted, and both these teams have their styles. They have their build. It's going to be very tough to pick which team is going to be the best team because I really like the toughness and the focus and the experience of the Niners, but I also love the youth and the energy that the Eagles have. Both teams have great defenses. Both teams have explosive offenses. But the one thing that comes down to it in the very end, Shanahan for Sirianni. Which head coach is going to be able to navigate this level here? This is not a divisional round. This is not a wild card matchup. How does Sirianni coach his team through this game and keep this team contained? I don't think Gardner Minshew's. If you had Gardner Minshew playing Brock Purdy, I would take Brock Purdy in a heartbeat. I still think Gardner Minshew, what we've seen, can really navigate that offense. I think the 49ers defense shows up a little bit more, and they are able to lock down some of that explosive behavior that Hurts and Brown and Devonta Smith and Goddard bring. I think the injuries, Lane Johnson, the offensive line there, dealing with some stuff. Is he able to, again, can he hold up in a full football game against a very physical 49er defense? I think Brock Purdy's built enough confidence. This is going to be a different environment going to Philly. That's not going to be an easy place for him to play. But I just trust Deebo Samuel, and I trust Kittle, and I trust Christian McCaffrey. Granted, I know he's dealing with the little thing the last game, and to being fully healthy, and Trent Williams, that offensive line for 49ers, to slow the game down, to make it an ugly mess. They don't have to score 40 points to beat Eagles. They're going to have to slow it down and be nasty, be physical, get mean, play on their terms. And that's where Purdy succeeds because the game can be just, hey, calm down, take a deep breath. And that's why I think the 49ers will win this game 24-20. Purdy will have a late drive to lead the 49ers down there to win the football game. But it will not be a replay of a Hurts-Purdy college matchup, which was 42-41 between Oklahoma and Iowa State. We will not be seeing 83 points in this football game. But I think the Niners go on the road, the experienced head coach, a little more experience across the board, get it done, pull off the upset, and head themselves to Arizona with the W.
Fresh, this is an interesting pick, and I have a I'm a little nervous about making this pick, but as I started off at the beginning of the show, I told you that it is Royal Rumble weekend. I'm going to take you all the way back to 1998 and the Royal Rumble. This is the Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels casket match. I don't know who you want to say is the Undertaker. I don't know who you want to say is the showstopper, Shawn Michaels. Actually, I'd say this. I think with the San Francisco defense, how they're playing right now, they're the Undertaker. And with the high flying offense of the Philadelphia Eagles and all things that Jalen Hurts doing, they're probably Shawn Michaels in this game. In that match, they're fresh. Undertaker had it put away. And at the end, he winds up getting betrayed by his brother Kane, thrown into the casket, and then they light the casket on fire, setting up a huge, amazing match in WrestleMania 14. If you haven't seen it, go out of your way to watch it. But I really think that this is kind of the thing. San Francisco has gone so far with what they've done. And sooner or later, somebody's going to figure out Brock Purdy. He's an amazing story. We loved him last year when we were talking college football and Iowa State and thought him and Matt Campbell, like they messed up with expectations. When expectations got sky high for Iowa State, that's when he started to really struggle. This is a huge moment. And I know San Francisco, you talked about, you played at home last week with Dallas. Going into the playoffs, going into Philadelphia is a hard environment. That is a tough, tough area to go into, just like a casket match. You're going up against the high powered Eagles offense. I think Jalen Hurts is ready to show everyone, you know, back up the Brinks truck here, boys. Like, let me show you what I'm worth in this game. This is the game that Jalen Hurts gets paid in. This is the game where you say, okay, listen, we need to start. This number starts at 200 million over 5 years because of this game. This is the time he gets you into a Super Bowl here. I if San Francisco can get to Hurts 3, 4, I don't even want to go with 5 times. If they can get 3 or 4 sacks on him, if they can really spend the entire day of having Philadelphia behind the sticks and making it second and long, third and long in those situations, I think that Kyle Shanahan will figure out a way to get the offense going there. But at the end, give me Philadelphia in this. I just think Philadelphia has been too much for too many people. You know, we're not talking about, you know, Tony Pollard breaking his leg and Ezekiel Elliott not being the same Ezekiel Elliott has been in years past, and Dak kind of showing Dak stuff at times. You know, you take a look at San Francisco, this is a different team with Philadelphia. Now, I've been wrong in most of my picks this year in football, so take for what worth. Maybe if you're a San Francisco fan, you're happy I'm picking Philadelphia, but give me the Eagles in this game.
Do you just kind of wish we had like a weather, like, can we get like some snow or some like weathery, conditions like it was in Cincinnati and in Buffalo, or it was for even though the Jaguars game was kind of like a rainy, misty, cold, wet. We need some weather impacts to make this like a real NFC Championship game between these two really good football teams.
Oh, yeah.